Hey everyone, a very sweaty Wednesday workshop walkabout. It's 30 degrees in here currently. If the weather does get quite hot, this workshop is horrendous. So we tend to work different working hours. So we will work from 6 in the morning till 3 p.m. in the afternoon, just so we can just work a bit more comfortable, because it's getting 1:45 at the moment and it is like horrific in here. For air conditioning, got the machines topped up and they are ready to go. But as a quick walk around, got customer's Mustang at the moment, but the window won't go down, so that's a problem. So we'll check that with the diagnostic machine, actuate the window through the body control module to make sure it is definitely a motor and not something silly like a switch. But we'll get on that a bit later on. We've got a very large Volkswagen. Well, no, it's not a crafter, is it? It is a crafter, but it's not a crafter. MAN. So we've done timing belt, the oil pump wet belt. We've resealed the sump because it was leaking. We've done the front crank seal. It's had brakes, had a drive shaft. And we've got a couple of tyres on the way for it. And also now it is, because we found a problem under the cover. We found that a wheel bolt has been sheared off. So we've tried drilling it out to no avail, but to be fair, I must admit this thing does look like it's been living under the sea. There is quite a lot of surface corrosion on everything. So new bearing is here. We'll get that built up and we get it MOT'd. Then we've got a Mondeo in. Customer thought the radiator was leaking. Basically it was spraying out, 2 seconds, spraying out down there, and it turns out it's actually the EGR cooler which is split, spraying into the radiator rather than the radiator spraying that way. So a bit of a different job. Front hasn't got to come off the Mondeo, so that's good, but it's a bit more cost involved. For something like this we tend to go genuine parts. Don't like using aftermarket parts because they basically don't work. They're cheaper, and they're cheaper for a reason. This thing's done over 100,000 miles, so in theory another EGR cooler should last that long as well. So also in this Fiat Doblo with clutch issues, it looks like the plate has basically started from people riding the clutch. Sometimes it gets metal fatigue, so as a result the clutch feels a bit weird. It just doesn't feel right. So we've asked permission from the customer to strip that down and have a look at it. We've got the parts here already. We kind of know what we're going to find because we've come across this before. Volkswagen Polo in, that we've done a couple of suspension arms for the reason, hang on a minute, so the bush has delaminated and started coming out, which is causing a bit of a knock. Look at that side's even worse. A bit of a knock, and also driving a bit wayward. So that's one of the jobs. We've got brake fluid change on it as well, and it was also in for a coolant leak. So old water pump, which bolts to the side of the cylinder head, but you can see, if I just, that wiggling there, if I get a different finger on it, yeah, it's knackered. The bearings have failed, the seals have failed, and yeah, leaking all over the place. So we've got a new one of them on, new little belt, because it's driven by this little belt off the back of the cylinder head, off one of the camshafts. Then a couple more, finally. Got this Audi Q3 in for the actuator had failed for this part here, so the lady couldn't get any fuel in her car, but we fixed that now. We've got a new one fitted to it. And then finally, one of UK MAS's ambulances that they use for events has had a window regulator, it's had a service, some other bits and bobs, and it now needs, by the look of it, needs a couple of switches. Fitted one of these before. This isn't a very old one, but it looks like it's they did say they got it off the internet, Amazon or something, But basically, up is down and down is up. That's not very good. Some people will live with it, but it's confusing some of the signals from the body to the body control module, so they want it rectifying properly. So we'll get a couple of good switches on it and the windows will work as they should. So yeah, there are a couple more jobs in this afternoon. Got an E-Type Jag, 1953 E-Type Jag in, so there'll probably be a little separate reel for that one. But yeah, we'll have a look at that, some suspension knocking and other bits and bobs that needs. But for now, this is your walkabout. Bit of a longer one today, but hopefully a bit more interesting and a bit more involved. But don't forget us for our air conditioning services and also MOTs, big vans, you name it, anything that we can do to help, we will. So thank you.